guys. What was that? It was like Lucy something. Hold on, guys. Shit. I'm eating. Oh my gosh. This is the spaghetti I made, but I'm using rainbow rigatoni noodles. And then rotini noodles, sorry. And then I have some corn, sweet corn. Ooh. I put some fresh mozzarella on top. This shit is good. I'm really coming down with something. I don't feel good at all. I'm sick. Hello? There's some sausage. I don't know if I can eat this whole thing. Sosa might be coming over tonight, which means I still need to take him for a walk in the dark. Hello, honey. Oh my gosh. It turned out so good. I had to add some more spices. It was missing something. I was like, yeah. It needs more spices, but I'm telling you, I'm pretty impressed. I should have made more. So, don't talk with your mouth full. So, I watched, hold on. I was watching some of the, what's her name? This friggin' thing is busted. And I don't know how to fix it. The stand, hold on a sec. The stand's busted, guys. The little round thing that holds it up. So, you know that, what? You know the, what's her name? Lucy, oh, see my butt in the mirror? Look at that booty. I'm wearing my 80s pants. So, what's her name? The chick with the friend who was a, like a life coach type chick. What is their name again? The ones who went to jail for abusing the kids. That just goes to show you there's a lot of people on YouTube that lie, that act, that try to portray that they have a different life than they do. And you can tell when someone's lying. Because I also watched this guy who's a body language expert, and he was going over Gypsy Rose's testimony and her interrogation and stuff. And he was talking about the things, the telltale signs that you can tell when someone's lying. Like when someone says they've been abused, but what they say around that doesn't make sense. You guys, I wish you could taste this. I really do. It is so good. So I went and got my fingerprints done today. And studied a lot. For the state exam that I have to take. Man, there's so much to know. There's so much to remember. Ay, ay, ay. My daughter was going to come down and help me study, but it started snowing and she didn't feel safe driving down here with the baby. So she's like, could you drive up here? I'm like, honey, I would, but I'm not going to have enough time to drive up there and then study and then drive back this way to my appointment to get my fingerprints done. I'm trying, honey. You know, Lexi, it's like there's always that voice in my head that tells me you can't do it. You know, you can't pass this test. You know, why are you even trying? Just those old tapes that play over and over and over in my head. It's my mother's voice. Why are you even trying? This isn't for you. You know? But then there's that person in me that wants to tell my mom, shut up. You don't know. You don't know what I'm capable of, Mom. You know? You have no idea what I can do. You know, and it makes me want to prove her wrong. Mm-hmm. I know. Yes, and I've put so much into it already. Like I had to pay money for the fingerprints today. And it's like I haven't even been working much because I've been having to go to the orientation and then go to all these appointments, you know, to get my physical, to get the drug test, fingerprints, and like 4 days of orientation I went to. So I'm missing out on money from working. So I don't know. Like I said, God's going to have to carry me through this time because in the end, it'll be awesome. In the end, I'll be making good money with this job. In the end, this will be my career, hopefully, until I retire. So, yes, and it's going to cost money for a couple other things I got to do for this job, but it will be worth it in the end. And I just got to get through this next month and a half, 2 months. Hi. Well, see, Lexi, my mother was very envious of me. And I know it sounds sick, And I know it's just completely wrong. But everybody told me that when I was young. And then when I look back at it, like how she'd shoo me away and make me go to my room when her friends said how beautiful I was, and just all the different things. And she never wanted me to succeed in anything. And so I can see it. I'm stuffed. Oh my gosh. I should have that much left. Oh, I'm so full. But you know, it's think times are getting better and better with me not listening to her. You know, me not playing those tapes in my head. Hello, Safar. Good morning. You know, and sometimes I won't hear any for a long time. You know, sometimes I don't hear it, I don't think about it, and it doesn't faze me. But other times, I don't know what it is. Oh, I have hiccups that are the triggers. You know, I don't know what the triggers are that get me in that funk where I think about her, you know. I don't know. I don't know what it is that gets me to, I'm gonna put this one over here, that gets me to think about her and her master manipulative ways. You like my pants? I pulled these out. I'm like, I'm gonna wear my 80s pants today. It's terrible. Like, no kid should have to go through that, you know? Come here. No child should have to deal with a mother that is envious of her. I mean, she should be able to just be a kid. Like, I would always be so nervous around her friends and stuff. I was afraid they were gonna tell me I was pretty, and I was afraid they were gonna, you know, pay attention to me. There was something in my tooth. But my mom doesn't have control over me, right? My mom has no control over me. And, dude, it's hot in here. And she can't do anything to me unless I allow her to. And I won't. I won't. Hi, Robert. No, now I just feel sorry for my mom. I mean, she's 83, living in a bedroom, not doing anything with her life, you know? It's really sad. You know, she has zero life. And I've forgiven her. I've forgiven her for everything she's done. I mean, she's my mom. She gave birth to me. Why wouldn't I forgive her? Some people won't have anything to do. I am so full. Some people won't have anything to do with their mom or their dad, you know, if they did something to them. My father has been, you know, deceased for many, many, many years. So there was no closure with that relationship. Excuse me. But with my mom, excuse me, it just feels so fake, you know? It feels when I'm around her, it just feels so disingenuous. It doesn't feel like she looks at me as her daughter, you know? Yeah, she can only save herself. And I think she's given up, Lexi, which is really sad because my mother has had, you guys know, so many chances at a new life, so many chances at life. She's almost died how many times now? I swear, I've always said my mom was given 9 lives. She's had cirrhosis of the liver. She's had breast cancer, and she had to get both of her breasts removed. She's had lung cancer. She's had to get a quarter of her lung taken out. She's had heart attacks. I mean, and she keeps going. And everybody always says it's because she's a mean old ornery B word. That's what they say. But my dad was a mean old ornery man too, and he died at 52 years old. My father was young when he died, very young. 52 is pretty young to die, you know. Boy, I am stuffed, but that was good. I haven't eaten a meal since the last time I cooked that chicken in the what you call it, sauce. Remember what I made? I haven't eaten a meal since then. So I don't eat a lot. But you know, I've just been thinking a lot about how everything's progressed. How within a month's period, the landlords said, we're going to raise the rent. You're going to have to move. And the reason they said I'm going to have to move is because they know I couldn't afford the rent that they were going to raise it to. They didn't make me move out because they didn't like me or anything, because they rented me another house. But they knew that it was a struggle. And so, you know, that was a very short notice, and I had to get everything out of that house, packed, get it all moved over here within 1 month. And that was rough, but it got done. I knew I was going to have to find a new job, which I did. I found a new job that I am employed at now, and I'm thinking, okay, this isn't going to work. I don't want to drive this far, and I don't want this type of job. It was good to get me through what I needed, but I want a career. I don't want just a job. So I thought, okay, you know where you want to work, do your thing, call the lady, talk to her personally, and I did. And now I'm taking the steps to be able to have this job. It would be so easy to just give up. It would be so easy to just be like, well, I need to pamper myself. I need self-healing. And, you know, I'm just going to go on state benefits and and pamper myself because I deserve it. But no, that would be so unsatisfying for me personally. I am not a happy person just laying around the house. I can't do that. So I thought, what could you do that would be, you know, beneficial? You could make enough money. You could do it for years. And you get insurance, 401k, da 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 da. Ding, 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 ding. That job. And I'm like, okay. But I have like, with me, it's like with things in life, I'm all in or I'm all out. Like, I don't have 1 foot in and 1 foot out. For me, it's like I'm all into something or I'm all out of something. And dating, I'm all out right now. I'm not dating. I'm all out. I'm focusing on my priorities, and my priorities are God and a career right now. I mean, of course, my children, kids, my adult kids, and my grandchild, and Sosa. I am so blessed that I have a relationship with my son. I have a relationship with my daughter. I have a relationship with my son-in-law, and my older brother's doing great. And I just saw my younger brother the other day. I wish my sister would get her shit together, but I've learned that I can't help her. I can't change her. I can't fix her. And not until I've been in my 50s did I realize I am a micromanager. I mean, my husband had to deal with that. My kids had to deal with that. I micromanaged everything. But in my defense, ladies, like, do you notice that if things aren't getting done, the man of the house, or, some people might not be old fashioned, but I am. Just say the guy isn't doing his part or whatever. Yes, he's going out and working. And when he's out working, if you're home, you're taking care of everything, the kids, the house, the bills, the bank account, the grocery shopping, the doctor's appointments, the dentist appointments, the everything, right? And if they're not a part of anything when it comes to the kids or whatever, then yeah, you kind of end up taking the reins and calling the shots. Because here's the thing, somebody has to do it. Somebody has to do it. And if you don't have a partner who is right there with you to help along the kids, then you're going to have to do it. And this is where I go back to tradition and why our world's so fucked up. And I know a lot of you guys might not agree with me, but if you look at things, because of women, like, looking down on men because of their men, and saying, oh, women can do anything a man can do, we don't need a man, and da da da. It's like, I don't agree with that. I do not agree with that. I believe what the Bible talks about, that there's a man, there's God, there's man, woman, child. And that's the order things are supposed to go. And if they don't go in that order, you have chaos and you have divorce. That is why everything is the way it is these days anymore. That is why kids don't want to work. That is why everyone's confused about who they are and what they want in life. I mean, because there's no family dynamics anymore. And there's just so much around that it's like everybody has to, just be up with the newest fad of what's acceptable in society and what isn't. And how dare you go against the grain of what is acceptable? I'm old-fashioned. I like to be submissive to a point to my husband, but a woman cannot submit to a man if he isn't in his role. You know what I'm saying? I don't want the kind of man, I am Tarzan, you are Jane. Not like that. Somebody who respects you and your opinions on things and your input, but ultimately the man makes a decision for the house. That's what I believe. I don't know. And I feel like that's why everything's gone to shit in our society. I do believe that. So, as I always think about the past. I just do. I mean, I don't talk about it all the time, but I think about it. It's always there. What could I have done different? How could I have been a better wife? How could I have been a better mom? And which is important. If you don't think, if you're divorced or on the verge of a divorce and you don't believe that you had anything to do with why the relationship is going where it's going or where it's gone, you are the problem. Because if we can't look at our own faults, then we can't change. And that was the issue with my husband. It was never his fault, so he had nothing to change. But you cannot blame the other person all the time for everything, you know? You just can't. If you are, then that's a problem. Hello, word salad. And you know, I think too that it's my age is why you know, in the era I grew up, I believe is why my values are what they are. But did I ever think at 55 years old I would be a single woman living alone? Not ever. This was not part of my plan. This was not my future. I took vows, and I took those vows seriously. But you can't control what other people do or what other people want. People grow apart. Yes, if you allow yourself to grow apart. Here's the thing, if people, when they realize they're starting to drift apart, they're starting to grow, communicate, talk, figure out how you can grow back together. Something's going on. I don't buy that shit. We just grew apart. No, you allowed yourself to grow apart. You wanted to grow apart, or you wouldn't have grown apart. I mean, there's so many things in life that we spend so much time doing, and we will put all of our efforts into it. But now it's like marriage. Psh, who cares? If it doesn't work out, we can just get a divorce. That should not be an option unless there's some seriously criminal things going on. Yes, but I just don't agree with it. I don't. What's for dinner? Well, I had my spaghetti sauce. Oh, I love corn mixed in it. So I mixed corn in it, and I used rotini noodles instead of spaghetti noodles. Have you ever heard the case? No. What you got on that spaghetti tip? What do you mean? Have you ever heard of case 62? No. Word salad? What is that? Oh, okay. So I was looking all over where I could watch for free the George and Cindy Anthony, lie detector stuff. Nobody plays it for free. Okay. It's on Hulu, but you have to have their like 80 something dollar plan. I'm like, I ain't paying that. So finally, Amazon popped up, and I am a Prime member, but I still had to rent it. So I watched the first part. I think I fell asleep, but I mean, they're fucked up. That marriage is fucked up. Like, she is so controlling, very controlling. And there does come a point where if you're a woman and you're like cutting your husband off, your spouse off, if you're, making them feel stupid or belittling them, or there's going to come a point they're just going to shut down, and they're going to withdraw and they're going to let you do and say whatever you want. But guess what? They're not feeling you anymore. They're not. You may think that you've got the control and, you can, whip him around, but he's not feeling you like he used to. He's just withdrawn and he's just putting up with you at that point. Women need to stop degrading and belittling men and, start appreciating that man that is with you. And I'm not saying, men, you don't need to appreciate your wives either. I'm saying men, I think, are pretty simple. I think if you cook for them and, oh, I'm not going to cook for anybody. Well, then, maybe you got to learn their love language too. I read that book, The 5 Love Languages, and it's a pretty good book. And you actually, there's a workbook and you do it with your spouse, but you learn each other's love language. And what's important to you might not be as important to them in the order that they are to you. Some people, affection is something that's very important to them. Touch, that's very important. Words of affirmation is a good one that is important to a lot of men. Gifts, believe it or not, gifts is on there. Just there's a lot of things that you can do that will make your partner feel special. I mean, if they have a porn addiction and they're using that instead of, being intimate, that is, I mean, am I saying that if a man looks at porn, he's awful, he's disgusting? No, I'm saying if he develops a dependency on it, just like if he were to develop a dependency on going to the casino and blowing all your family money that you need to feed your kids and stuff, or if he had a drug problem, like, it's just the same. If it takes him away from you and the family, then it's a problem. And you can't compete with that. You cannot compete with that. Nor should you have to, by the way. I mean, if you want your wives to do a video with you, not watch one, I mean, do one together, ask her permission. Don't just sneakily put a video recorder up in a corner and not tell her and record what you guys are doing. That's not okay. You need to get her permission. Period. Some women don't enjoy doing that. I don't mean intimacy, I mean videos. Some do. If it's important to you, share it with her, Yeah, see? I mean, if both people are into it, that's great, Not everybody is, and that's okay. But again, if you're just doing it by yourself and not telling her about it and not like telling her that it's something you would like to do and you're hiding it from her, I'm not talking about you, Robert, I'm just saying in general, then of course she's going to be upset by that. Like, share that with her. Let her know. Sure, you may hear, that's gross or that's this, but I guarantee you she'll think about it and she'll be like, well, this is something that's important to him, or he would like to try, or whatever. I think, especially if you've been married a long time, I think women would be more apt to try it, Hi. That's a good way to get knocked out. Yeah, Peps. I I think I would rather have my husband be honest with me about what he's wanting, what he's feeling, so I know, rather than sneak around and do it. So that's why I say, talk to them about it. I am just so big on honesty. Like, I don't care how much it hurts me. I still want to know. Like I told him before, before we ever get to the point of being unfaithful to each other, we need to tell each other, hey, I'm feeling this way. And he was like, you're going to cheat on me? I'm like, no, I'm not saying that. But we are human beings and it does happen. And you can, you know, people can do that. So to prevent that, we need to be talking to each other about it. I just don't like being lied to. I don't like things being hidden from me. So I don't like, I always told him, I don't care how much it hurts me. At least I can look at you and, you know, think that you're a good, honest man because you were honest. The sneaking around and the hiding, and it just gives me a EBGB creepy feeling. Like there's a whole nother life that he was in. I don't know. So, everybody's relationship's different. Some people, some men can ask their wives if they want to look at it, and they'll be like, hell yeah, let's do it. Some wives will be hesitant, and then they'll think about it, and then they'll do it. Some wives will say, hell no, I don't want anything to do with that. you know Coffee. Oh, hi, Coffee. You walked in. We're talking about bow chicka bow wow. We both knew when we first met that we were both sex freaks, and it's worked for 38 years. This very 29th. Leap year only comes around every 4. Nice, Robert. Yeah, I mean, I think she knew too that if she was going to be with you, yep, she better be ready to get freaky in the sheets. I have no problem. You have no problem with porn? Yeah, a lot of women don't. And let me tell you this, okay? And if you're a man in here listening, you can't speak on this, okay? Because you don't know. If you're a woman that comes from a lot of trauma sexually, I think it's different. I think pornography makes me sick. It does. I hate it. I think it's awful. I think it has no place in a relationship, in my relationship. But that's me, and I believe that stems from how I was treated all those years. So that's my opinion about why it affects me the way it does. And the fact that a lot of those women aren't choosing to do that. A lot of them are, forced to do it. And I don't like it. She was number 3. Oh, yeah, I remember, Robert. You were saying that. Hi, Mark. How are you? Hi, Winona. So I think, like I say, I think that's why it affects me the way it does. Anything, yeah. But I don't know. It's a whole thing. Pornography is always going to be there. It's always going to be there. It's not like anyone's ever going to get rid of pornography. So, and that's that's okay. People can either choose to partake in it or not. And we're free to do what we want. And just because I don't like it, does not mean that somebody else shouldn't. I'm not saying that. Yeah. Oh, baby's good. She's beautiful, healthy as ever. New job. Which one? I've got two technically right now. Well, three, but two of them I'm not doing right now because I'm spending all my time and efforts into the career one I'm trying to do. I'm doing all my legal stuff that I have to do for this job I'm hired on. The house is great. I love it. It's weird being alone. It really is. I'm not used to this. I don't typically have too much time to sit and think. I don't have time to just sit there and listen and there's no noise. It's crazy. I'm getting used to it, but it's still weird to me. Hold on a second, you guys. These pants, after I ate, they're feeling a little bit tight. Hold on a second. Oh my goodness. I gotta put on my leggings. Leggings time. Okay, there's no mirror over there. You guys can't see. I always gotta double check because sometimes I think people don't realize it, but there's a mirror on the side in front of the phones and people could see. Ugh. I need to go through all my clothes again because I know I need to get rid of more shit. So Sosa still might be coming over tonight, maybe. I'm hoping because my son said, I don't know. I'm kind of wanting him to stay here more. I'm like, don't you do this to me. I want to see him. I said, you need to bring him over here. So, I don't know. My son's being a little stinker. He is not, now all of a sudden he's wanting Sosa to be with him longer or more. I mean, he is his dog, right? But I feel kind of, it's like, wait a minute. When we lived at the other place, he was pretty much my dog. He was always sleeping in my room. I was the one always taking him for walks. So I developed that huge bond with him, and now it's kind of just ripped away. I'm not okay with that. Oh, I'm taking my attention. I'm changing everything, guys. Oh, hold on. I'm changing everything because I need to get comfortable. Oh, there we go. Much better. That feels so much better. Yes. Okay. So, yeah. That is what it is. What it is. What it be. Remember I got those golf clothes, you guys? I got those golf clothes. Yes. Those are so cute. I'm going to wear those this morning. Uh-oh, squeaky door. Oh, I forgot I had this sweater too. Oh, remember I got this sweater? Oh, it's so cozy. Oh, that house needs to be more. I know it does. Hello, Andy. How are you? Wouldn't it be the first? Oh, wait. Did I change in front of a mirror, Robert? No. The blind. No. There's no blinds in the kitchen. Yeah, I bet it is. It's cold here too. It was snowing earlier, Andy. It was snowing here. I was like, but it stopped, thank goodness. You did? Hi, Jenny. How are you, honey? I haven't seen you in a while. Are you working a lot? Coffee. Wait, did you guys see it? Wait, when? Oh my gosh. When did I do that? Shut up. You guys are messing with me. Did anybody tip me that day? No, I'm just kidding. I'm going to get accused of showing my lady bits for donos. Aw, thank you, Mark. You're sweet. Oh my gosh, you guys. Well, you couldn't have seen that much. Thank you for the thumbs up, guys. Thank you much. So anyways, we were talking about pornography. And yeah, this video won't be monetized because when you talk about that kind of stuff. So I watched the George and Cindy Anthony lie detect. Oh, and oh my gosh, guess what starts tonight, you guys? Chicago PD. And tomorrow, Law and Order SVU. Oh, it's the season for all my shows coming on. And now they're saying Handmaid's Tale isn't going to be on until autumn. So Robert messaged me privately and gave me $100 not to say anything. Yeah, right, Connie. So George and Cindy Anthony, wow, they are a mess, you guys. I mean, they bring the reporter, journalist, whatever, into their home. And I mean, Cindy, not that there's anything wrong with it, but boy, she's really gained a lot of weight. George just seems like he doesn't want to be on this earth anymore. And he's actually said that. And then she had a panic attack during a conversation that they were all having. She had to go into her room. She's like, I need to take my anxiety meds. And he's like, I'll take one too. And I was like, what is wrong with these people? And then, well, I mean, I know what's wrong with them. They lost their granddaughter and their daughter. But there was a point in the show where they played for George and Cindy that documentary, pieces of the documentary that Casey did, where Casey said how George used to sneak in her room in the middle of the night. And when she talked about a pillow and, you know, putting it over her face or Kaylee's face or whatever, and she thought that's what happened. No. Well, I stayed awake long enough to the part where they both passed the lie detector test. The first part, I think both parts, yeah, they passed it. But I wonder, George used to be a police officer, and I wonder though, I don't know, the way he was answering the questions, it wasn't like when they said, did you have anything to do with Kaylee's disappearance? He wouldn't just go, no. He would wait a minute. It's like he would breathe. He would do a certain breathing, and then he'd be like, no. But he didn't answer right away. Same with, you know, all the other questions. And it's like, I don't know if he knows how to manipulate those lie detector tests. Yeah, he's been depressed for a really long time. And then he got in that accident, remember, where he almost died? I mean, what those parents have been through is horrific. Absolutely horrific. And then it showed all the people coming in front of their house, all the, you know, protesters. And I don't think that should be okay. I don't like that people do it on YouTube. I don't think that should be okay. Leave people alone. Let people grieve in private, in silence, you know. The last thing they need is harassment. You know what I'm saying? They don't need to be harassed. I don't know. And then he would get death threats saying, you're a pedophile, what you did to that baby, just all these things and the guy who performed the lie detector test, he's been doing it for a really long time. And he said when he watches Casey's interview on the documentary thing, he said he does not find her credible. So people do lie about being molested. People do lie about being abused. They do. And then you get professionals or judges saying they don't find them credible. And there's a reason for that. Just test for increased vitals. Yes. Yeah, coffee. And I think he could. I mean, do I think he SA'd his daughter and granddaughter? I don't know. I wasn't there. I think he's kind of weird, like what he said at the funeral. Like he said it was innocent because they asked him about that when he said, you know, the smell of her hair and the sweet smell of her sweat when she'd come in from playing outside. Like that's just a really weird thing to say about a 3-year-old little girl. I don't know. He goes, well, what was I supposed to say? Pew, go away, you stink. And it's like, no, you don't have to say anything, but why does the words that sweet sweat smell come to mind when you're describing your granddaughter? I mean, I would say something. Oh, and he was talking about her hugs. She gives hugs like no other. And I mean, that can be explained away. I mean, a hug from a child, he goes, a hug from a child, there's nothing like it. I mean, I can see that, but then you put that with the sweet, sweaty smell, and then I don't know. Just, it's weird. It's really, really, really weird. Again, there's people that we would never think that are pedos and, you know, abusers, and they are. You never know. You never, ever know. And that's scary that we never know. That's why I would never let my kids spend the night at other kids' house until they got older and they could speak up, and I'd always ask them. And I don't know. I just didn't want the same thing to happen to my kids that happened to me. So I wanted to be attentive. I wanted to keep an open dialogue. I wanted them to know they could come to me and share it with me if anything did happen, and it would be okay. I didn't have that. So I wanted my kids to be able to know that I'm their safe place. I don't understand how mothers can trust people with their kids, just blindly trust people. I don't understand it. It's like your kids are supposed to be the most sacred, most precious thing to you in the world. You're supposed to protect your kids like you would protect nothing else. I don't get it. I really don't understand at all. So yeah, I mean, I think he definitely very well could have been able to beat that lie detector test. I do. he broke down when the results came. He started crying. And I mean, that could be because finally, okay, the world hears that he passed this lie detector test. But I guarantee you, a lot of people are thinking like me about, you know what? He was in the police force for a really long time. And I don't know. I don't know. I think he could easily figure it out. I could never not be my son safe. Right. No matter what it is, right? Like I said, if you went to a party, you drank too much, stupid dog next door, and you drank too much, and you can't drive, don't be afraid to call and say, Mom, can you come pick me up? I said, I will come pick you up, no questions asked. Do not get in that car and drive. And knock on wood, like, nothing bad's ever happened, but I laid awake many, many, many nights, all, worrying about my kids when they were off with friends and, oh, God. Or when I try to call, my son was the one who I had to worry about the most. And he was the one who didn't think it was important to answer the phone when I'd call. So many times, there would be times I would call his phone 20 times. I was obsessed. I'm like, I just need to hear his voice. I just need to know he's okay. Yep. Yes. Please just be safe. Don't be stupid. It's not worth it. It's absolutely not worth it. Killing somebody else and yourself, like, it's just not worth it. I mean, kids are going to experiment. They're going to go to parties. They're going to drink. They're going to do these things. And we can't keep them chained up in the house forever. And the more you try, the more they're going to rebel. So I don't know, but I've given thanks to God so many times because that was the only thing I prayed for daily, all the time. Please, God, keep my kids safe. I don't know how people do it. People who have lost a child. I don't know. I'm not challenging you, God. Please know that. Like, I don't think I could do it, you guys. I don't think I could. I think I will end up, if that were to ever happen, I think I would end up in a padded room. I really do. I give, so much respect to these women that are out there making a difference, doing, taking like a loss that they had of one of their children and turning it around for good. Like, I would probably just be a basket case. So, and he's still the one right, Coffee? And he still is the one I worry about. Yeah. Yes, I have. Yeah. Well, Mark, if you go back and watch my videos, then you would see it. I'm not done, decorating or anything. I still haven't done anything with the office computer room. I haven't finished this room. There's different things I want to do with the living area. Yeah, if you go back and be here, well, first of all, if you'd be here for my videos, then you'd see it at the time. But at least if when you're bored, you went and watched the other videos, If you go to last week, Mark, I think that's the last time I gave a little house tour. I mean, it's not like I live in cribs or anything, you know. It's not much of a tour, but it's, you know, I just shared with you guys what my little living area looks like. And I'm okay with it. This is plenty enough room for me, you know. Hi, Johnny, how are you? Nice to see you. It's a, you know, plenty good enough for me. I'm one person. I don't need any more room than this. I could even get away with a smaller place than this, really, technically. So I got to study some more. So, aw, thank you. Thank you. I like it. You know, it's coming together little by little. Um, I just I can't wait until I'm getting paid from this new job and I can have a little budget to where I'm going to have a little bit set aside that I can use to decorate with. So, um, yeah, I can't wait until I can do that. I think Sosa's here. I think Sosa's here. Hold on. Hold on. Oh, I guess not. Damn it. I thought Sosie was here. Ugh. I thought Sosa was here. I mean, you guys, look. This is strings, right? Right here. But look at how much weight I'm losing. I'm getting so skinny. I don't eat. Dang. I am losing weight. Look at that. You know? You know? I mean, it's all about the angles. Yeah, see? I do have a little butt. It's all about the angles, guys. All right. I'm imitating somebody. Those who know. It'll all come together. That's right. All right. I keep hearing thank you, Mark. Thank you. I just need to, you know, tighten up a little bit. I'm going to go, you guys. I got to go wash my face, brush my teeth. I got to study some more. So, yeah, I got to study. But thank you for hanging out with me for a little bit, for an hour and 3 minutes. And nice talk. No, Sosa's not here. He's with my son. I want him to come over and play. I mean, if he comes over, I don't even know what time it is. If he comes over, I'm taking him for a walk still. I'm crazy. I know. I go in the dark, in the freezing cold, and take him. But he needs it. Good night, Lexi. Sweet dreams, honey. Good night, everybody. I'll see you maybe tomorrow. Good night, word salad. Good night, Robert. Good night, coffee. Good night, Mark. Good night, Johnny. Good night, John Boy. Good night, Jenny. Jenny. I told my son. Okay, now I think I heard it. Good night, Andy, if you're still here. I told my son, come over, bring Sosa and Winona, and da man. I said, come over. I have spaghetti for you. Love you guys very much. Have you spoken to your landlord? Yes, Johnny. And they texted me yesterday, the husband, and said, go ahead and have your dog. He called him my dog. Go ahead and have your dog come over. He said it's not a permanent thing, so I don't know what that means, but he said you can have him come over and make you feel more comfortable. I'm like, sweet. So things are going good. Jen A has always been a nickname since Forrest Gump. I love it. Good night, Mark. Watch those videos. The video just don't show how small you are and tiny, believe it or not. I had you sit on my knee. I know. Oh, it doesn't show how small I am? Does it make me look fat? Hold on. Does it make me look fat? Yeah, I'm small. Yes, I think they knew I meant business. No, I need him here. I can't do it without him. I need my Sosie. So, yeah. I've been feeling really nauseous today, and it's probably just nerves, but I don't know what it is. Good night, guys. Peace. Love you very much. He is a good boy. I love him so much. And I love you guys so much. Sleep with the angels. Bye, guys.